All right. So it's been a while since I've been on a live. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out my website, coinringmaker.com. You can see all my products that I make out of coins, coin rings, like this Morgan silver dollar. But today, we're going to be making skull and crossbone quarters. So the first step is to anneal these, so I'm just going to jump right into that. I'm going to start with this Texas quarter. Good morning. So yeah, this is the only order I have to work on today. So if anybody wants to get a coin ring and see it get made on this live, you can go visit the link on my profile or just go to buycoinrings.com. Go shop around a little bit, and if you do place an order, I'll get right to work on it for you, and you can see the whole process of how your coin will be made into a ring. Go check out that website. It's linked on my profile. It's also my username, coinringmaker.com. What we're doing here is annealing these quarters. It's going to soften up this metal a little bit and make them easier to stamp. Get in real close here. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. So now we've got 3 freshly annealed quarters. Just gonna dry them off. How's everybody doing today? If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, thank you for the TikToks. That's what's up. All right. So there are our annealed quarters. And now we got to go set up the stamp. We're making skull and crossbone quarters. So there's going to be like a 3D skull and crossbone stamp sticking out of the middle of these by the time we're done. But I got to go set up my stamp. And I haven't quite figured out a good way to film this. So this is a 12-ton press, and this is my stamp here, and I'll show you guys how I get this all set up. So I've got double-sided tape on this stamp right here. You can see the skull and crossbone on there, and to make sure that the bottom and the top are lined up, I actually place the top in the bottom, get it nice and lined up, and then I bring the ram down onto the stamp. And then the double-sided tape, sorry the lighting isn't great over here, and we're also going to have an issue where this bar right here is going to hit the top of my phone. Yeah, I put this this press up off the ground, move some stuff around a little bit. I do like this press, but it takes a while to move. A little slow at it, but we'll get it there. So now we're getting pretty close, and at this point, I like to make sure that it's nice and centered underneath here, so we'll get a nice grab by that tape. Put a little pressure on it, and we'll pull that pressure back off, and it'll just go up. Very nice. Now we're going to take our first quarter. This one is a Washington quarter, and it's kind of tricky. I actually have to put the quarter upside down because on the other side it's right side up. So put this upside down on here, try and get that as centered as possible. And that is also kind of tricky because you can't really see what you're aiming for, but hopefully we'll get it. And again, y'all check out coinringmaker.com. I make a bunch of cool stuff out of coins. This isn't all I do, but this is kind of like a fun little side product. And there is our skull and crossbones. So we'll go ahead and get the next one here. You get a little better lighting over on this section of my shop. Thank you. I think it's pretty cool. Now this is really tricky to get them nice and centered on here. So I think I'm actually going to have to re-anneal a couple more quarters and have another go at it. So that first one was a little off center. They really like to grab onto it, so I have to pry them off. There we go. That one's a little better. Not great. Yeah, I think we're going to have to re-anneal. We've got one more here we're gonna try. We got the Texas one. Need a laser mount. Need something. I think I just need a light, honestly. It's dark over here. No, it's not illegal. If you'd like to learn about the laws around making coin jewelry, I have a blog post about it on my website, coinringmaker.com. It's right up at the top. Really easy to find. I feel like this is not centered right. So we're gonna try and realign it here. Apparently you can alter coins as long as you don't sell them. Well, it's as long as you don't commit fraud or like counterfeiting. Like if you took a penny and made it look like a dime, like that's illegal. So it's all about fraudulent altering of currency. So if you're doing it for like art or jewelry purposes, it's a-okay. The Mint says that they don't endorse this activity, but they also don't condemn it. They mostly just don't want to be associated with it. Like, they don't want people to think that stuff like this is made by the Mint. So you got to make sure to differentiate yourself. But clearly, I'm not the U.S. Mint. Can you add to and take away from the coin? I mean, you really shouldn't. Like, there's not any real good reason to do that. Even with silver, like, it's pretty much a waste of time. Alright, we'll go check this one out under the light. Yeah, so the first two here are off center. The definition isn't really good. That means the stamp wasn't lined up right. It's really tricky to get it lined up just right. So those two are a bust. But this one came out really nice. I'm going to say that one's a keeper. So what I do with these when I'm finished is I take some steel wool and I'll rub that on here and give it kind of a weathered look where the higher detail has shine to it, and then ship them out. These are available on my website, coinringmaker.com. I also make coins into rings like this one. This one's a Morgan silver dollar, but I also do quarters, half dollars, American silver eagles, lots of different coins. So y'all go check that out. The link is on my profile, and I'm going to get 2 more quarters. We're going to need a Washington and a Nevada, so give me just a second. Yeah, no problem. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, my website is coinringmaker.com. Pretty easy to remember. And now we're going to go ahead and anneal 2 more of these and give it a second shot. Thanks for dropping the follows, guys. Mr. Pug, user lots of numbers, and Marco, thanks for following. If you guys wouldn't mind tapping the screen if you're enjoying this live, we're at 554 likes. And if you'd like to see a coin ring made just for you, if I get an order in on my shop, which is linked on my profile during this live, I'll stop what I'm doing and make your ring for you. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. We're making some skull and crossbone quarters at the moment. There we go, got them freshly annealed. That just softens up this metal, makes it easier to stamp. But for anyone who's just joined in, this is a finished, well, kind of, it's about half finished. I still have to heighten the details, but that's what the stamp looks like. It's pretty cool because you can see it on both sides. Really cool 3D articulated stamp. And I've got those available in all 50 states if anybody wants to get one. I'm gonna hop back over here. And I'm going to realign this because I know I moved it a little bit when I took that last one off. I need to get like a phone mount that mounts like right here. What's your size? Yeah, what's your ring size, Russ? I've got a pretty decent range of what size rings I can make. 14.5 to 15. Okay, so I can do that for, I believe, anything bigger than a quarter. So half dollars, American eagles, half-ounce silver rounds, 1-ounce silver rounds. Pretty much quarters, I have to stop at size 13, but anything bigger than that, I can go to 15, 16. I've made a size 18 before. Just quarters, I have to stop at 13. That's when they start breaking and looking weird. No, man, it's totally legal. If you'd like to learn more about it, visit my website, coinringmaker.com. There's a blog post right at the top that explains all the legalities of making coins into jewelry. But basically, it's very similar to like a penny smashing machine you might find at SeaWorld or amusement park. And if you guys haven't checked it out, go visit my website, take a look at some of my work. I sure would appreciate it. Coinringmaker.com. It's linked on my profile. Alright, let's go check these out. I think they came out a lot better than those first two. Yeah, that's really nice. You know it's a good stamp when you get to see all the teeth. That looks really good. Let's see this one. Right in the middle. Awesome. That one's perfect. And then there's our Texas one. And now we're going to do just a little bit of like a cleanup step. I don't know. I do this for like stylistic purposes. I could send these out like this, but I prefer to hit them with a little bit of steel wool. Kind of brings out the detail. You trying to blame me for the chain shortage? How do you get one? A Texas one? You can visit my website. It's coinringmaker.com. It's linked on my profile. If you'd like, you can just take a screenshot of that. Coinringmaker.com. And these will be under coins. I've got everything kind of sorted. I've got a bunch of random stuff I make out of coins. Mostly rings. So here's a little side-by-side. You can just see like the higher details kind of shiny while the back is a little darker. Can someone type out the website, please? I have 5 kids and I can't hear them. Yeah, just take a picture of this, Steven. Can you screenshot real quick? I'll leave it up here for like 10 seconds for you. You got it? You got it? Coinringmaker.com, guys. That's where to go. Get some cool stuff. Nice. All right, so we got this one. Looking good. And then we'll do a little bit of polish. That's the next step, but we'll finish cleaning up the high points on these two first. And thank you guys for watching. We're at 2,000 likes. If you gave me a follow, I do appreciate it. And if you checked out the website, let me know what you think. And for anyone who's curious, this is super fine steel wool. It's like 4-0 steel wool. So it's rough enough to get some of this stuff off, but it doesn't really scratch up as rough as most steel wool would. And I know this can't be the most exciting thing on TikTok, but I'll be finished with these here in just a minute. what happens if you, the print, if you put a flat plate on it, just flattens out. I've flattened it before, but like the detail's still there. I just think it looks cooler 3D, but it can be flattened out, and it maintains like the skull stamp detail. Thanks, man. How's it going? You got me working on something that's not a ring. I got skull and crossbone quarters today. How do you stamp? It with a 12-ton press, and then it's like a two-sided stamp. So this is like the female side, and that's the male side. It's a really cool stamp. I really, really like this. I was given it as a gift, and I've never found anything like it anywhere else. So it's pretty cool. Shout out to Shire Post Mint. If you guys aren't following them, they make some really, really cool coins. Officially licensed Lord of the Ring coins. That's Shire Post Mint. Y'all go check them out. An awesome group of people making really cool stuff. They gave me that. Like when I first started out, they were like, "Hey man, you look like you could use this more than we could." And I love it. Now I'll just hit these with polishing cloth real quick, and they'll be good to go. And then, if anybody would like to watch me make them a coin ring, go visit my website and place an order. If I see your order come in, we'll get started on it. You've got probably, I don't know, 5 minutes or so to go check it out. And if not, I'm just going to make a coin ring for fun. Any suggestions? What kind of coin ring should I make, Rick? What do you think? I don't specifically sell coins. This is like the only type of coin I sell. I sell modified coins. A ½ ounce? This is why we got a coin shortage. Man, that's like the 100th time I've heard that joke. It's funny every time. Thank you very much. I think they're pretty cool. I'll try and get a real nice close look at them. And again, these are available in all 50 states. And I don't think you can get something like this anywhere else. So, they're pretty cool. All right. Let's check out our ½ ounces. How about this one? No, I haven't done any Freemason stuff. You have one made it out of a 1941 quarter. So before I get started on that, I do have quite a few fine silver half-ounce rounds that I make into rings. Here's an Indian buffalo round. So I'm just going to show these off to give you guys kind of an idea of some of the stuff I work on. This one I call the flag and eagle. This wingspan looks really cool on the ring. This is a imitation 1909 S penny. It's pretty cool. It's got the wheat on the back. And there's another buffalo. So yeah, there's quite a few different types of coins I can make into rings, and if you're interested in seeing more of them, go check out my website. But we're going to go ahead and make this one into a ring. It's pretty cool. My stamping block. So the first thing we got to do is punch a hole in it. My go-to hole punch size is a 1/2 inch. And this is a really cool tool. This is called Jason's Works Auto Centering Punch. So what it does is it allows you to punch a hole in a coin right in the middle of it. And that's actually more difficult than it sounds with like normal tools. So it's pretty genius. I really like it. We're going to put a little bit of Blue Shop paper towel down here to kind of protect the detail on the coin. And as we tighten this down, it's got kind of a funnel shape to it, so that is going to auto center the coin. That's how that works. It's very clever. So before I had this tool, I came up with this thing. That's what this is. This is a center guide that I made myself on my 3D printer. And it worked pretty well, but this is just like next level. It's perfect. We'll get our punch. Again, this is a 1/2 inch punch. And I'm just going to hammer this through here. Thanks for the TikToks and popcorn, man. This piece I call the center punch, and if you order a coin ring from me, there's quite a few different ways you can receive this. It's just kind of an add-on. When you get your ring, you can get your center punch just like this. You can get it as a keychain or on a necklace, or as like a tie pin or a hat pin. Pretty cool. Let's see how our coin looks. Almost got 3,000 likes. Y'all tap that screen for me. Let's go. Knock it off of here. And there is our silver round. I really like how the kind of flowing hair on this looks like fire. And it's going to look even more like it once we get it rung. It's a pretty cool coin. So after we punch a hole in the center, this edge right here is really rough and sharp. So what I do is use a deburring tool and cut away at that and make it nice and smooth. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. If you haven't checked out my website yet, it's coinringmaker.com. It's linked on my profile. Go check it out. No, it's like it's an imitation of an old coin. This is just a 1/2 ounce fine silver round. It's produced by Golden Statement, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So you see on the back here it says Golden Statement, and it did say 1/2 ounce fine silver round. Now I'm not really making the hole much bigger. I'm just cutting away at the rough edge from where we punched the hole. So this is really not very much silver. It's very thin. This would not be a great way to make the hole bigger. It would take a very long time to get anywhere. Unless you were just trying to make a really small change, I suppose. But it's more about just making the inside edge nice and smooth. Because once we start bending and shaping it, if there's any nicks or scratches on the inside there, it'll cause the ring to split. So we want to really make sure that cut edge is as smooth as possible. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and anneal this. You can see how nice and smooth that is now. And then we'll get on to folding and shaping it. Stainless coin rings. You mean sterling? I ain't working on steel. No, I'm not making the hole bigger.